Goes smooth with nothing. There we go. Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? Everybody, what's going on? There we go. There we go. Damn, dude. Technical difficulties for real. Okay. From a phone. Got the pretty laptop. Still got to stream from the phone because I don't know how to screen share. And I wish I did because it'd be a lot easier. And it would be a lot more clear for you guys to see and for me to make my point. Stack, Angel, Kelly, Maddie, what's up? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing here? Thanks for coming through. Give it a couple minutes. Excuse me. Am I too loud? We'll give it a couple minutes. Let the people get in here. Turn me down right here a little bit. Mic check. Can we hear good? Hey, Becca, what's going on? Can everybody hear me okay? Sound check good. Please like, share the stream. Help me bust this algorithm. Help me get some people in here. Really appreciate that. Okay, thank you, Stack. Thank you, Angel. How's everybody doing, guys? Hey, you guys see this? Just came out. This is not what the stream's about, but I figured I would go over it. And it would give some time. It would give people time to get in here. But scientists have just come out with a Ebola cure, okay? And it basically, what I get off of the surface of this article is that they have a vaccination for it. Just to throw that out there. Hey, Brown Eyes, what's going on? Yvonne, what's up? What's up? Cool. Thank you. One thing I can make sure that I can put in here real quick. I don't know it. Damn it. Sorry. I don't know what I did here. Silver hunting. Why are you doing that, Yvonne? Why are you doing that? Alright, let's get started here. Let's do it, baby. Man, guys. Oh my gosh, dude. Yesterday, I could not upload anything on YouTube. Not one video uploaded for me yesterday. It had nothing to do with the internet. Everything else on my internet was working. My YouTube videos, nothing would upload yesterday. Everything kept reading error to me. Upload error. And then by the time it's today and it's working now, I'm not gonna I don't want to put up an old video, something I made when it's like almost like it's irrelevant now. Like I don't know. That's just how I am. Anyhow, they're circle jerking me, guys. They're making it so hard to put anything on. Literally everything gets demonetized. Like I don't know what you're allowed to talk about. So I'm just talking. I'm just gonna be me and talk freely as if we do have the freedom of speech still. I'm gonna talk like that, and I'm gonna talk about the truth and what I think, in my opinion, what's really going on whatever it is that I'm speaking on at that particular time, because they are not being specific with the way they're demonetizing that. It's just like if they don't want you to talk about that, they demonetize basically, and that's anything that's true, But now they just come out with Ebola now curable after trials of drugs in DRC, says scientists. Ebola can no longer be called an incurable disease, scientists have said after two of four drugs being trialed in the major outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo were found to have significantly reduced the death rate. And yeah, they're giving people shots. So just thought I'd put that out there. It's pretty brand new thus far as this one. So this is developing. We'll get more into it at a later time. But yeah, you see what they're doing, poking that right into his back. So I don't trust it. but I am not a doctor, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. Um, I just don't have good experiences as far as research on vaccines. I've never been vaccinated myself. Maybe as a kid, my mother might have took me to get shots. Like I don't remember. But as an adult, never got a flu shot. Never got none of the shots as an adult. Never got none of them. I denied them in jail. Always denied them in jail. Said I didn't want it. Only one you have to take in jail is the TB shot. You have to. If you refuse, you'll go to the hole. So other than that, I never took, and I've, knock on wood, but I haven't got the flu or anything, knock on wood, of course, but it just hasn't happened. But let's bounce into Epstein, guys. Right to it. Let's get right to it. Now, here's what they're doing, man. Now, look, man. I tried to make videos of this yesterday, so I'm just going to speak on everything I was going to say yesterday, too. But more and more bullshit keeps coming out, okay? And they are literally trying to accuse Tartagalone, okay? Ex-cop that killed 4 people facing the death penalty in New York. Dude, listen to what I'm saying. They're trying to say that dude had a cellmate and was off of suicide watch. He wasn't off suicide watch because he just attempted it. You can't get off suicide watch that quick. Now, here's the thing. We can all look at it. And don't, mainstream is pushing this. Conspiracy theories are running wild. They're calling us crazy. And no. They're just mad because we're not dumb and listen to their bullshit like most of America does. Okay, they're liars. Now, flat out, in my opinion, that's 100% true. They are lying so much about this. Dude, you can't have a cellmate on suicide watch. You can't. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't, guys. They're lying their ass off. I don't care if certain reports are saying he was off suicide watch. You can't be off suicide watch already when you just attempted it 2 weeks ago. He would have months of suicide watch. Now, I got a picture of his cell. I'm going to show you guys the inside of his cell and show you how it was set up. He had his shower in there. This was a federal holding cell. Now, I'm going to go over a couple things real quick from a prisoner experience point of view and my personal experiences and why I know for a 100% fact it was impossible to commit suicide. It was impossible. And he couldn't have got killed by Tartagalone because you can't have a cellmate, dude. And I have a picture of his cell, and there's only one bunk. Yet mainstream is pushing numerous articles saying that they're questioning his cellmate, but then his cellmate was removed. Now, remember the tweet I put out from the female correctional officer? The tweet, she said that they removed Jeffrey Epstein right before his suicide. Well, now they're claiming that it was his cellmate. Can't happen, bro. Can't happen. It can't happen. Look, guys, just understand that everybody is literally witnessing history. You're gonna be part of history with this story. This is huge, man. This is like movie big, okay? This is like shit you see in the movies. This doesn't happen, okay? A billionaire pedophile basically just went missing from his jail cell. He's not, dude. In my opinion, what they're saying happening the way he died is impossible. And I was bringing to the table of why I think and what I got. Okay, not to mention a dude from that jail said it's impossible himself. Okay, so let me stop in the chat real quick. Hey, Rad, what's up, baby? Radical, can you drop Radical? If you're going to sleep, will you send me the PayPal link real quick so I can drop it? And then if you got to go to sleep, that's fine. Radical, get your sleep, baby. Just send me the link real quick on Discord so I have it, please. I couldn't find it. What's up, Ronaldo? What's up, buddy? Hey, Becca, Sherry, what's up? What's up, Angel? What's up, baby? Brown eyes. Franco, what's going on, Frankie? She knew too much. What's up, baby? Yvonne, Angel, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Mac Duff, what's the deal, buddy? CJZ, what's up, brother? Radical, I'm not sure if you heard me, sweetheart, did you? Exploring the unknown. Yeah, I work suicide watch in Allegheny County Jail too. And that's what I'm saying. You're checked on every 15 minutes, okay? My job in as when I work suicide watch, I had to check on them dudes every 15 minutes. And if them dudes would die and I didn't do my job, I wouldn't get in trouble by law, but I would get fired. I'd lose my jail job, you know what I mean? Thank you, Rad. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, let me put this in there real quick, guys. Um, this is not a bribery. I'm not asking for money. I'm just putting this in there so you can, if anyone does, you can get around the super chat fees and you can keep them yourself. You know the game, guys. You know what I say every time. It's not a pitch. It's a just in case type of thing. Thank you, Radical. Love. If you have to get your rest, make sure you do. Whoops. I think that should work. Okay. Now, let's jump to this. Jeffrey Epstein feared. Whoops. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein feared cellmate, a muscle-bound ex-cop charged in murder who was moved before financer's death. Report. Now they're saying his cellmate was moved? Cuz are you kidding me? They're guys, you don't I cannot express to you how much they're lying their asses off about this. This makes me never ever want to read anything mainstream again because of how bad I know they're lying. Smash those likes for me if you can, guys. Smash if you like the stream, please like it. Okay, Jeffrey Epstein feared cellmate. Okay, now real quick, let's go into his cell. Okay, this is Jeffrey Epstein's cell. Okay, now let me show you a couple things why this might be some bullshit. Okay. Yes, there's a bunk here, table, stool. Okay, this is his shower right here. Okay, this is his shower. This is the shitter. This is his sink. He's in a barred room. Okay, those are bars. That means it's wide open. You can hear everything. Okay, wait, no, there's a cell door in front of bars. Okay, so that's how maximum secure this prison is. He has bars and a cell door. This is like a supermax. Now this right here is a red flag to me. This is a TV, okay? It says black and white television with limited programs. The thing is the federal inmates are not allowed to have TVs in their cell. This is a nationwide rule. Feds do not get TVs in their cell. Only state inmates. Only if you're in a state penitentiary you're allowed a TV. I've never in my life heard of a federal prison with inmates that had TVs in their cell. Never in my life. I have never seen this, okay? So this is a big red flag to me because I've been in and out of prison since a juvenile and I've never, ever, ever seen a federal prison have TVs in their cell. It's just not, it's unheard of. This doesn't happen. And claiming to get special treatment, and this is built into the wall. This ain't just a TV hanging. This is built into the wall. There's something weird about this, man. Now, this is supposedly his cell. As you can see, this is a one-man cell. There's no upper bunk right here. This is a single cell. A shower in it. That's how you know he's single cell. Double man cell with showers in it. This means he's locked down. Otherwise, there's a shower in the cell. That's how much they're locked in their cell. They never get out. They never have any type of interaction with other inmates. He would never have a cellmate. Listen when look, guys, trust me. This dude would never have a cellie, meaning a bunkie, a cellmate, a roommate. He would never have it. Now look, I was going to pull up multiple high-profile cases that I've been in prison with. Okay, for example, I've been in prison with the dude that killed 3 Pittsburgh cops. I was in jail with him. I was in jail with the dude that shot the armored truck driver. Pittsburgh dude, I was in jail with him. I was in jail with a lot of serious rapists and pedophiles that made news, at least Pennsylvania statewide news. I'm trying to think of high-profile cases. Okay, like Bill Cosby was in a couple jails I was in. Never seen him. A lot of high-profile. Now here's the thing. My point I'm trying to make is, let's look at it like this, guys. Forget suicide watch. Okay, trust me. Just on the simple fact that this dude's case was so high profile, he would automatically be AC status, which is administrative custody. It's not PC, it's AC, which means that your case is so high profile and they're worried about people hurting you that they, regardless of what you want, you can say, let me out in population with everybody. I'm not scared. If they put you on AC, the jail can do it, which means you're locked down just under administrative custody, which means that they're just scared of you getting hurt or you have valuable information. Okay. This dude, forget the suicide, just alone, his case profile and his credentials, how rich he was and stuff, he would automatically be administrative custody. Okay, they would offer him, they would say, hey, do you want us to put you in PC and keep you safe? And say he was like, no. They would overrule that and put him in AC status, which means it's 23-1 and you don't have a cellie. You would never have an interaction with another inmate, and it would be damn near next to impossible to kill yourself, especially hang yourself. These sheets are going to rip. They're not even strong enough. All right, let's go over something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Hey, kitten toes. Okay, let's go over this now. Ex-inmate. Well, first, let's see them jagging us off. I think this is where Fox News is jagging all of us off, right here.
Welcome back. The DOJ and FBI vowing to investigate the apparent suicide of accused
Exactly. She knew too much. Exactly. Regular people with this high of a case would be on AC.
Theories on how he died.
You hear them talking shit?
Federal custody. So where does the case go from here? Joining me now with some expert insight is criminal defense attorney Phil Hamilton. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Becca.
A lot of people want to know, how did this happen and who should be, held accountable?
A lot of people, including
Smash some likes for me, guys. We got trolls in here heavy.
That, MCC, which is the jail that houses a lot of the federal inmates, including most recently.
Hey, love everyone.
A few months ago,
which is where Epstein was being held.
Which is where Epstein was being held, less than a mile from this studio, a very secure facility. I always like to refer to satellite Guantanamo Bay. How is it that a man that just tried to kill himself a couple of weeks before this, who is the absolutely most high-profile individual that you have within that facility, able to kill himself? I mean,
he wouldn't be
6 days after getting off
exactly.
the suicide watch. It's
my
absolutely
point.
Ridiculous. We know the information that he may have had. We knew that at least this go round, he was not going to walk away with the sweetheart deal that he walked away years ago. So why is it that eyes were
exactly
not
Fox and Bear? What's up, Fox?
Off of suicide watch. The
exactly, brother.
We knew that this individual had tried to kill himself. What was to make anyone think that he wouldn't try to do it again?
So yeah, why was he moved on suicide watch? To begin with, why did that happen? You mentioned the
Thank you,
information
Radical.
that he had.
Love you.
On Friday morning, thousands of documents, pages of documents was released that included a lot of names.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
Conspiracy theories jumping off of
oh,
that.
gosh.
One of those theories, President Trump retweeted.
Thanks, Ginger.
This is the tweet that he retweeted that was originally from Terrence Williams. It said, died of suicide on 24/7 suicide watch. Yeah, right. How does that happen? Hashtag Jeffrey Epstein had information on Bill Clinton and now he's dead. I see hashtag Trump body count trending, but we know who did this. Retweet RT if you're not surprised. So what about that? I mean, the conspiracy theories kind of tying the Clinton family and the allegations that Clinton was involved with Epstein. We do know that he'd been on his plane several times.
Right.
At least we know that part.
I mean, the thing is, when we think about these conspiracy theories, the funny thing is right now, what do we have an issue with in the country as of this moment? Bipartisan consensus on pretty much any issue. But here, with respect to Epstein, it's where we find that we actually do have some bipartisan consensus with respect to the conspiracy theories. The right clearly is looking over at his dealings with Clinton over the years, the riding on the plane, things of those sort. The left is looking at the fact that President Trump at some point, was known to kind of hang out with this guy. Correct. So in that respect, we have a lot of people that are saying, he had a lot of high friends in high places.
Watch when I click
it.
Watch.
Who potentially enabled him to, get away with these.
They won't play the video no more.
Yeah. Right. And so to that extent, that's where the conspiracy theorists are going to point and say, How again did he end up dead, and is that why he ended up dead?
Right. So, and then the other question is very important in terms of his victims. Now, is there any way that his victims can still see justice served, and how can they go about doing that?
I mean, great question. I mean, clearly not on the criminal end. I mean, in terms of having a criminal conviction or anything along those lines, we don't do posthumous criminal trials in this country. It just doesn't happen. So in terms of, getting the justice at this point, he already had some lawsuits pending against him personally. Now those lawsuits clearly are going to have to move forward against the estate. And, maybe to the extent that he's not here and doesn't have the ability to, you could say personally intimidate his victims or coordinate to have them intimidated or investigated, that might then allow some other people to feel a little bit more comfortable with coming forward with claims.
What about any co-conspirators? Could
Listen,
they take a closer look at anyone else that was involved with him and these actions?
I think particularly with respect to the allegations that were brought by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, who was not a party to that agreement that was made with him in Acosta down in Miami. I think that, if I in any way would have enabled him to kind of abuse these underage girls in New York, I potentially as a co-conspirator would be nervous. I would be nervous because if that investigation continues on behalf of the Southern District of New York or with respect to the DOJ, FBI, whoever it is that's moving forward investigating those claims.
No, we're going to go over it. We're going to go over that right now.
Well, we know the victims want that for sure.
We're going to go over that in a second about the co-conspirators. Now, what happens to all his money? That's what I'd like to know. I'm sure victims will get some. And what about all these billions? You know what I mean? Why don't they build some schools? Why don't they do something with it? But no, that's still his money, okay? Now, what was I just about to go over? Oh, man, I forget what I was about to say. But let's jump right to, okay, Tartagalone, his supposed cellmate, which is impossible because you're on suicide watch. You're not allowed to have a cellmate. Now, you see how this dude just said he was on suicide watch, but they're claiming, other mainstream outlets are saying that he got off suicide watch, but you never would when you just attempted it a couple weeks ago. Absolutely not. You're in a maximum security prison. This penitentiary hasn't had a suicide in over 20 years. There wasn't a suicide attempt in this penitentiary in over 20 years. Bro, it's impossible, man. Just take it from someone that's been there. It's impossible. You can't do it. You can't do it. Now, check this out. This is a former Manhattan correctional inmate that was in the feds in this joint. Former MCC inmate says Epstein's suicide was impossible. Just like I've been saying since day one. I called this shit and it's exactly how I said happened. A former inmate at Lower Manhattan Metropolitan Correctional Center who spent several months in this prison's notorious 9-cell special housing unit for high-profile prisoners, okay? There you go. Exactly. They have their own wing. It's called 9-cell special housing unit for high-profile prisoners. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. This dude would have been watched. It is impossible. But this guy told the New York Post that it would have been impossible for millionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein to have killed himself. There's no way that man could, quote, there's no way that man could have killed himself. I've done too much time in those units. It's an impossibility, said the former inmate, adding, between the floor and the ceiling is like 8 or 9 feet. There's no way you can connect to anything, okay? So, check this out. Okay, guys, let me explain something real quick what this dude's trying to say. All right, now, I showed you the little graph of the prison cell, okay? Now, look, here's what you got a picture of this, okay? This is your cell, okay? 9 or 10 feet up high, right? So look, already you can't reach the ceiling. But check this shit out. Just imagine being in a box, a cement box, with absolutely nothing to connect to. So what he's saying, there's nothing to hang from. Bro, look, they make it impossible. Do you think this system hasn't been dealing with people that tried to kill themselves for over a century? They know everything. They know everything we know because people are snitches. If it wasn't for rats that tell them everything, they wouldn't know how to prevent this shit. But they know how from experience. Which there's absolutely nothing in the wall. There's nothing to connect to. There's nothing to hold yourself. Okay, so just imagine 8 or 9 feet. You can't reach the ceiling, and then there's nothing to connect to. It's impossible. You're not doing it. I don't care what anyone says. It's absolutely impossible. This dude did not, and because it's impossible, and they said that's what happened. That's how you know they're lying, and that's how you know he's still alive. They can call me a conspiracy theorist all they want. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm keeping it real. Period, bro. Period. There's nothing slow about me. All right. I'll come in the chat in 1 second, guys. You have sheets, but they're paper level, not strong enough. He was 200 pounds. It would never happen. The anonymous inmate says that when a prisoner is on suicide watch, they are placed in a straitjacket so that a person cannot be injurious to themselves. This is a dude that was in this jail. That said, Epstein was reportedly taken on suicide watch despite having been found nearly unconscious on the floor of his prison cell 3 weeks ago with injuries to his neck. Moreover, Reuters has reported that 2 jail guards, which were required to check on all prisoners every 30 minutes, every 15 minutes for suicide watch. Look, told you. I didn't even read this yet. That's what I'm saying. You see? Jail guards, which were required to check on all prisoners every 30 minutes, every 15 minutes for suicide watch, failed to follow protocol the night Epstein died. Well, guess what that means? That means they would lose their job right there. They would lose their job right there. Did these guards get fired? I haven't heard about any guards getting fired. And let me tell you something. If you're on suicide watch and someone dies on your shift because you didn't do your round, you might get charged, let alone just fired. So I haven't heard no one get fired yet. That said, according to the former inmate, they don't give you enough in there that could successfully create an instrument of death. You want to write a letter, they give you rubber pens and maybe once a week a piece of paper. Dude, he's not lying. That's how it is. A little rubber pen. They're about this big. They're called flex pens. Though you can't stab nothing. They flex. The pens are, you can bend them and it'll snap back. Okay. The former inmate also described the miserable conditions one might expect in prison. It's like you're an animal and you've been brought into a kennel. A guy like Jeffrey, it's like, holy schnitt. I told my parents not to come there. God wasn't in the building. I've had some heavy incidents in the building. What happened is permanent. Some of the guards are on a major power trip. They know guys there are suffering. They know something the rest of the world hasn't seen. That a place like this exists in the country, and they get off on it. If the guards see that the guy's breaking, they're going to help you break. Which means they're just going to keep pushing this dude to mentally snap. Now, the fact that this dude supposedly and allegedly had, a diary that would expose politicians and elites all over the world, the fact that that's supposed to be true, and I do believe it, he would have been so protected. Bro, look what I'm saying. This is all rigged from the beginning. The feds would keep you so safe if you had information for them. Dude, and people still holding on to this, that he somehow gave them information and then died. Dude, it's not. Look, nobody's gonna go down, bro. It's over with. It's over with. Fact is trying to expose. This is actually has the potential to wake up a lot of people that are sleeping. Okay, this is something that can open eyes to make people pay attention. All right, this. Bro, I don't think anyone in a lifetime can say you ever seen something like this. A man disappeared from his jail cell, federal jail cell. That's what happened. He didn't die, dude. In my opinion, that picture of him on the gurney, it just looks fake. But tell me something. When have you ever seen them show an inmate that died in jail? They don't do that, man. Just the fact that they showed him on a gurney, is more. To me, it's like they're pushing the propaganda because they want people to believe it. They never even get cared to show people, like, oh, a convict's dead, like, or alleged rapist is dead. Like, I don't know, man. When do you remember them showing someone something like that? Because I don't. Right. I agree, Ronaldo. He would never have been off. And then this picture of Clinton is supposed to be like from 2016, and I guess it's getting shared all over Twitter right now. And it's like naked Clinton on getting a massage while watching Hillary Clinton on TV. Oh man, dude, it's so funny. Oh, how about this? Look at this email I got this morning. This just it's just something very small, but it really proves that the media is staged and acted out. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Where is it at? Okay. Must be the other email. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Okay. It says, and this is CNN. Send me email. Okay. Monday, 8/12/19. The trade war between China and the U.S. is still raging on. But how is it affecting other economies and businesses on the global stage? We'll find out this week. CNN is telling you the news that's going to come out this week. How the hell do they know what we're going to find out this week? Right down here. See how it says we'll find out this week? How do they know what we're going to find out this week? You know what I mean? It's all rigged, man. It's all rigged. And as for August 11th, Tishy Bob, you had Jerusalem was going down heavy at the Temple Mount. Okay, Muslims and Israelites were fighting, broke out there. Thankful nothing super bad happened on August 11th, but it seems like there was a couple rituals that happened yesterday. The McDonald's in San Francisco. We'll go over that in a minute. But I think Jeffrey Epstein might tie into August 11th too. It's a huge distraction, man. The whole world is looking at this right now, and they're turning our heads away from something. They're turning our heads away from something. Now, heavy.com, let me just make this clear. Heavy.com is fake news. Don't ever believe nothing you see from these dudes because they're liars. Okay, heavy.com, fake news, just like CNN and the rest of these clowns, because they say this. Jeffrey Epstein's cellmate reportedly transferred out prior to suicide. No, you don't have a cellmate on suicide watch, so you're a liar, heavy.com. You're fake news. Fake, 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 fake. Trying to blame it on Tartaglum. Mind you, this jail held El Chapo before, a terrorist, Ramzi Yousaf. It held John Gotti, okay? And they're trying to blame this on Nicholas Tartaglone, a 51-year-old former New York police officer awaiting trial on charges that he kidnapped and killed 4 men. Okay? Yeah, sure, they're trying to blame it on him. Why wouldn't they? Right?
Found a trace 8 months ago. Now the U.S. Attorney's Office says the men were killed, and the person responsible is this man, Nick Tartaglione, a retired officer of the Briarcliff Manor Police Department, now under arrest.
I was appalled. I couldn't believe it.
Village of Chester, New York Police Chief Peter Graziano says his detectives had been working hard to bring the victims' families closure and was stunned to hear a former police officer was accused of murder and selling cocaine. On April 11th, a surveillance video shows the victims exiting their car outside a Chester diner, the same plaza as Liquid Lounge, owned by Tartaglione's brother. The U.S. attorney alleges the former officer murdered the men inside the bar.
We're not sure if they were working for him or trafficking for him or in some way involved in the illegal drug business with him.
Today, investigators were executing search warrants at the bar and Otisville, New York farmland leased by Tartaglione and used by victim Martine Luna to raise pigs, according to police. Investigators digging on the property recovered 4 bodies yet to be identified.
We take an oath. And it's despicable to do something like this. That whether you stay on the job or whether you're not on the job, you have values, you have ethics, and they stray from that, and things go bad.
Authorities won't say who or what led them.
Now, they're going to sit here and they're trying to blame it on, hold on, why is this not, oh, come on, dude. Okay, they're sitting here and they're going to try to blame it on Tartaglone. and say that he was a cellie. No, he wasn't. You can't. My guess and my bet would be that every cell in that building is single cell. Okay, I bet you the feds have that whole building single celled. I bet you nobody has a cellmate because it's the feds and they're different. They do things different. And but that unit that he was on, a high profile case, he didn't have a cellie. I'm telling you right now, dude. They do it to regular people that have high profile cases. They don't let them have cellies because they don't risk anything happen to them. This is a bunch of bullshit. Let me pull this up. Okay, see if this pops up anymore. Or are they gonna hide this? Okay, just something to point out is that Israel's former Prime Minister, Barak, was a frequent visitor to Epstein's apartment building. Alright? This dude is connected with the people that rule the world, in my opinion. Okay? Report former Israel Prime Minister Barak frequently visit Epstein's apartment. Now, why'd they even throw that article out there, you know? Come on, man. What's wrong with this thing? What made them even put that article out there, you know what I mean? What made them bring that up? Okay? This is 100% rigged, man. I'm telling you, man. I think it's even wasting our time even talking about it anymore. It's huge, though. It's going to be a part of history. You never, ever could go back in time and say someone disappeared from a federal institution. Like, this dude was connected to pull something like this off. You know what I mean? Or maybe they took him and they wanted to, like, execute him themselves. Maybe they took him somewhere and... But my guess is if they're going as far as getting this dude out of that jail like that, you know what I mean? If that's what happened, he's not dead then. That means they're letting him live. Or they could have... Dude, they got technologies where they could have snapped his neck with nobody even in the room. You know what I mean? They could have sent them frequencies. They could have done so much different things. And it's mainstream, though. The way it's so mainstream, this can wake a lot of people up if they pay attention, man. Because anyone with common sense knows that this just don't smell right. Where is the Barr thing at? How Barr, Tartaglia's lawyer said ex-cop Epstein get along well, and Epstein made complaints about the living condition. Yeah. Now Barr just released something. Where'd it go? Oh, conservatives and liberals, you know Epstein's death is outrageous and insanely suspicious. The dude was one of the most infamous defendants in the federal system. Most infamous, they would never let him get hurt. And likely has dirt on all sorts of rich and powerful people. And his many sex abuse and trafficking victims have never gotten true justice. And he just recently either tried to commit suicide or was attacked while behind bars. According to some reports, he told guards and fellow inmates that he believed someone was trying to kill him. Really? Do you see how they're creating conspiracy theories? The mainstream's creating conspiracy theories. And his suicide watch was bizarrely short-lived. How the hell could this have been allowed to happen? See, mainstream saying it too, man. This is chaotic. I can't even believe something like this happened. Now listen to Barr. William Barr. Listen to him.
Briefly address news from the Manhattan
This is today.
Correctional Center over the weekend regarding Jeffrey Epstein. This sex trafficking case was very important to the Department of Justice and to me personally. It was important to the dedicated prosecutors.
Thank you, Ronaldo. Thank you, brother. Welcome, welcome.
And to our FBI agents who investigated the case and were preparing it for
I agree, Fox and Barrett.
Most importantly, this case was important to the victims who had the courage to come forward and deserve the opportunity to confront the accused in the courtroom. I was appalled and indeed the whole department was, and frankly, angry to learn of the MCC's failure to adequately secure this prisoner. We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation. The FBI and the Office of Inspector General are doing just that.
Okay, we'll
We'll
see.
get to the bottom of what happened,
Okay.
and there will be accountability.
Oh, really?
But let me assure you
Powerful
that this
words,
case
Bar.
will continue on against
Really?
anyone who
Okay.
is complicit with Epstein.
Really?
Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. The victims deserve
Really?
justice,
Okay.
and they will get it.
No way. Are you serious, Bar? Are you serious? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to bite on that, Bar. Well, I'll tell you what, buddy. I hope you're not lying, Bar. And I hope them victims do get justice. And I hope you stick to your word, Bar. But my guess says you won't. And my guess says that there will be no arrest. Without his testimony, they don't have a case. And it's really that simple. Without his testimony, they don't have a case. He could have told them anything. It doesn't matter now. He can't testify in court. So it don't matter. He can't raise his hand and get on a stand. Therefore, anything he told the feds is they'll beat it. People are too powerful. Nothing will come out of this. This is a complete mockery of all of our existence. Such an insult to our intelligence. But you know what, man? It's time to get past it, though, man. It's time to get past it. Move on. Focus on some truth and trying to expose these dudes in other ways because the Epstein exposal, will not get exposure to what was supposed to come out. It's not going to have no credibility now. It's just not going to be able to stick. Okay? Other things to pay attention to. Dude was 66 years old, died at 6 a.m. 66 years old, got arrested on July 6th. 66 years old in 6 months. He was 66.6 years old. Okay? Very ritualistic. And Israel just loves their symbology, man. And to me, this dude is definitely protected by Israel. He had a super connection with them. And their people don't go down. They don't go down. Before Joe's suicide, Jeffrey Epstein was left alone and not closely monitored. Like, that's the headline. Jeffrey Epstein was left alone and not closely monitored. He would have a camera on him 24 hours, 7 days a week. He would never be unmonitored. But of course, the camera malfunctioned. Okay. Let's check out. No, I'm gonna save Temple Mount. Actually, I'm gonna save Temple Mount for a video, or maybe even tonight. But yeah, there was a McDonald's shooting in San Francisco on August 11th that really has ritualistic connections. And everyone knows the McDonald's Freemason conspiracy. Like, they're really Masonic. Their food is so bad for you. You might as well be eating death. Kashmir is still on lockdown. Lockdown. Russia's going crazy. There's all kind of shit going on, man. I think this Epstein stuff is definitely a distraction. What are they distracting us from, dude? What are they turning our head from? Because it has to be something. But as a former convict and prisoner, I can assure you that the day that dude walked into jail, he would have had a high-profile case, which means he would have like a color. Okay, he would have been like a certain color, like high-risk case. Okay, and say in that jail it's red. So when his file's red, that means that he's closely monitored. He's kept on a certain unit. He's kept away from general population. He's protected. With, I'm just using the red as an example. But he would have like a color code to his profile. This isn't possible. Like, this dude would not have been able. They could give him stuff. You just can't. It couldn't happen. You know what I mean? And I can't find a picture of him on a gurney anywhere now. I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot find him on that gurney anywhere. But it just looked like a wax figure. Like, didn't it? It looked like a wax figure. Like, come on, man. Let me come up in the chat with you guys real quick. Here I come. Here I come. Coming in the chat. Coming in the chat. Here I come. Okay, I'm in the chat.
If you need
Thank you
a
to the
new
new
website
subscribers.
for your
Appreciate you,
business,
man. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad, everybody. Fox and Barrett, what? His egg-shaped pecker. That's the first thing I read. Vape, what's up, brother? Oh, thanks, man. Hope you're good too, brother. Alec Baldwin is saying Russians killed Epstein. Oh, yeah. That's about just as much impossible as it is him killing himself. Quietly Don, what's up, brother? Oh, kitten toes, I hear that. Yeah. Right. I read about an autopsy last night. Here, let me try to pull it up. I read about his autopsy last night. Didn't say much though. Let me pull it up, see if they got anything new today. But last night's autopsy said unclear. Okay, let's see. Guards severely overworked at time of Epstein's death. Staffing shortages at the prison were financer. Okay. This ain't his. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein autopsy respected today. Autopsy results expected today. I read something about it yesterday, so wouldn't that be today?
We begin with details on the death of Jeffrey Epstein and the investigation into exactly how the wealthy financier died. Joining me now, Julie Brown, Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter with the Miami Herald, and NBC's Ken Delaney, a national security and intelligence reporter. Ken, let's start with you. What more are we learning about Epstein's final night?
Morgan, multiple federal law enforcement officials have told NBC News that Epstein hanged himself and that there is no indication that foul play is suspected. He was housed in a special housing unit where there were bed sheets, there was a windowsill, there was a bedpost, so there were...
The fact that they're coming mainstream with this guy is a big deal. Now, this is MSNBC, fake news all day, in my opinion. But the fact that they were so mainstream with this, it's a big deal, man. But once again, it points to the fact that they're distracting us from something. Israel's agenda just keeps playing into our country's daily routine. But the fact they're mainstream about this, man, it does have potential to wake people up, man. This could red pill some people that were sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, because if you were, I said it the first day of his death. I said this could really make the normal person think, like, how did this dude end up dead, or how did he disappear? Did he somehow get out of this jail alive? Why did they remove his cellmate from his cell when he don't even have a cellmate? It wouldn't happen. He don't have a cellmate.
There are ample
Promise you that.
opportunities, our sources are telling us, for him to have committed suicide. But of course, the FBI and the Inspector General of the Justice Department are investigating after Attorney General said he was appalled that this could happen in federal custody. And I can tell you something else, Morgan. The
Coming in the
rules
chat.
called for checks to be made on inmates in that facility every 30 minutes. And what's being investigated now is whether those checks, in fact, happened every 30 minutes or whether Epstein was left alone for longer than that.
But can you talk about those checks and something that I'm still confused on? Given the guidelines under which federal prisons operate, how unusual is it, Ken, would it have been to take Epstein off of a suicide watch just 6 days after an apparent attempt?
Broke in, what's up, brother? Where you been, brother, man? What's going on, pimp?
What we know is that the rules say that he would have had to have been evaluated face-to-face by the facility psychologist, a mental health evaluation, in order for him to have been taken off suicide watch. And our sources tell us that did happen. So the question is, did Jeffrey Epstein fool this person? There's many allegations that he fooled many people in his life for a long time. Was this the last person that in order to get taken off Suicide Watch, because on Suicide Watch, Morgan, he would have been watched every second, and experts say there would have been almost no opportunity for him to have taken his own life.
Now, Julie, you had some brand new reporting on this, and in fact, the Manhattan U.S. Attorney credited your work with getting the accusers to talk and really being helpful in securing that New York indictment. The headline of your piece today was "The Easy Way Out." So, how does this reflect?
No doubt, Broken. Good to see you, brother.
About his death, Julie.
Thanks for stopping through.
Well, they feel angry, shocked. Once again, they feel that that Epstein manipulated the system as he did all through the whole time this case was being investigated, starting in 2006. He managed to manipulate the entire criminal justice system all the way through his incarceration.
Betty
So
Boop, what's up?
if he was able to persuade someone in the jail there to
Yeah,
give him a
Ronaldo,
favor
that's
to
what runs
take
the
him off
world,
of
brother.
Suicide Watch. I mean, that it's really not a surprise to the victims because that's what he's done all these years.
You said it wasn't a surprise to the victims, given your reporting.
You're
Was it
what,
a
Amanda?
surprise to you?
What'd you say, Amanda?
Well, when I say it wasn't a surprise, I mean it's not a surprise looking back on, just looking at the fact that somehow he probably got some kind of allowance to get off of Suicide Watch, that part of it. I think everybody's shocked that he was able to
I hear you,
execute it,
Ronaldo.
that he should have probably
Definitely.
been watched a little more carefully, at least since, his Suicide Watch was recently lifted. You would think that they would have been checking on him a little more closely.
Well, one of the women that you interviewed actually spoke to one of the Sunday shows. So let's take a little listen to that.
I really wanted justice. I really wanted him to take up for what he did.
Learn. Do you think the alleged victims will get any form of justice?
I sense that U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman and
Now,
I'm worried about in investigating the death of Epstein and the circumstances surrounding it. And then you have the President of the United States tweeting conspiracy theories, linking it to a former president of this country. What he's doing is dangerous. He's giving life to not just conspiracy theories, but really whipping people up into anger.
Dude,
and
this is pushing Noah high law, man. Listen, Trump's pushing Noah high law, in my opinion, because look, just a week ago, mass shootings, and Trump says about involuntary confinement for mental health, and red flag laws, and talking about being able to just lock someone up for mental health abuses. Now he's retweeting about conspiracy theories about Epstein. So now Trump is basically feeding to conspiracy theorist channels out there on YouTube. Trump's feeding it when he just was saying that the internet went. Remember when we watched Trump's digital neck? Remember, and the whole stream went down. Well, that exact press conference, Trump was saying about the red flag laws and how internet provoked violence is on the rise. But now he's retweeting, feeding conspiracy theorists. Dude, he's pushing Noah high, man.
Welcome back to Velshine Rule. Jeffrey Epstein's apparent suicide quickly led to a flood of conspiracy theories online in efforts to paint a different picture of how the sex offender actually died.
No,
Hashtags
they're painting
linking
a real
powerful
picture.
figures like President
Liar.
Trump and the Clinton family to Epstein's death trended over the weekend. Even the president himself retweeted a conspiracy video about Epstein and the Clintons, despite the fact that no evidence of foul play. Joining me now, NBC legal analyst.
What do you
my
mean,
friend
no
Danny
evidence? They're
Savalas.
sitting
Danny,
here lying
we've
all
heard
day.
from Attorney
That's
General Bill
evidence.
Barr saying he is appalled, he is outraged, action must be taken. He would be the person in charge of said action being taken. So do we know about any formal investigation around surrounding how this happened, meaning how, as in Epstein's death?
Corrections officials have to conduct an investigation because, believe it or not, Stephanie, they can expect that Epstein's estate or the folks left behind will bring a lawsuit against prison officials or jail officials for allowing his suicide to happen. Now,
prisons and jails are not automatically liable for an inmate's suicide.
Fox and Beard show. You're funny as hell.
Constitutionally, they have a 14th Amendment
You woke
right
Mom
to
Dukes up.
mental health care, including protection from suicide. And if they are, the magic words are deliberately indifferent to a known risk that an inmate will commit suicide, they can actually be civilly liable. So that's why the investigation, the internal investigation, is so critical in this case.
Many people are concerned that the investigation around Epstein's wrongdoing, the conspiracy around that, and the co-conspirators, they worry that that's going to die away. But will it really? Because one of the reasons the public has cared so much about this is about the sweetheart deal he got in Florida, about this idea that the richest, most powerful people are allowed to not follow the law. His death and the fact that it was allowed to happen puts more scrutiny on that same argument.
The criminal investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey
Definitely
Epstein
big head radical. He got a big ass head. Look at that big ass dome.
Nothing else ends in terms of civil cases or
that
other
big
criminal
ass head.
investigations of other people in his circle. Now, without a doubt.
But are there other criminal investigations? If he were standing trial, all those big financiers, those political bigwigs might actually get subpoenaed. There's nothing to subpoena them for now, is there?
That's not true. I mean, if there's a civil lawsuit against his estate, they could be brought in through civil discovery. And also, if there's an ongoing criminal investigation, those folks may be targeted, especially now, politically, for optics reasons. The Department of Justice wants to blame someone for this. Epstein is now gone. They are going to turn their eyes to other.
That dude from AMTV is so full of shit, dude.
That is a strong likelihood.
Dude, he is such a fearmonger, and he's a liar.
So they will
AMTV,
possibly
dude's a
more
clown.
now than ever for somebody to be held responsible. And all that evidence they seized in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation can be used against other prospective defendants. In fact, they don't even have standing to challenge a search, even if it was unlawful, of Epstein's property or his premises.
Now that he's dead.
Now that he's, not just because he's dead, but because if his house was searched, anyone who didn't live at that house doesn't have any grounds to challenge a search of that house. So the investigation against anyone else, if there is one, will continue. The civil
Oh, guys, check this out. Breaking news. Hold on.
Paradoxically enough, a potential lawsuit, an investigation against the jail, against the
doubt,
correction
Riri.
center,
You already know.
the MCC, will continue.
Oh, AMTV is so full of shit, dude. He acts like he got all the inside sources. That dude ain't no one. He's another one of these fake ass truthers. Dude's a clown, bro. Dude, check this out, bro.
Lawyers
Look,
for a
guys.
group called Abused in Scouting claim to.
Check this shit out, bro. This just in. It's from Silicon Valley. Let's see if this happens. The White House wants to regulate social media moderation. If enacted, the executive order would vastly expand the Federal Communication Commission's responsibility. The news. A draft executive order would give the FCC oversight over how social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter moderate their sites, according to, I'm not going to say it, fake news, which obtained a copy, dubbed Protecting Americans from Online Censorship. The order calls for the FCC to develop new rules to define when the law protects tech firms' decisions to take down content and when it doesn't. It also demands that the Federal Trade Commission take those new rules into account when investigating potential malpractice by companies. The politics. This represents a major escalation in the Trump administration campaign against social media firms, which he claims are biased against conservatives and would be vast expansion of FCC's responsibilities. Specifically, social media companies have enjoyed blanket legal protections for content moderation decisions under Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act. This would end that, both making the companies more liable for content that users post on their platforms and forbidding social media sites from removing content without notifying the user who posted it. For example, a caveat, the order is still in the early stages and could change significantly or be completely abandoned. That's from MI Technology Review. Yeah, we'll see. We will see, won't we now? Dude, I read something about San Jose yesterday. Not read something, but put something together, and I forget what it was. San Jose soccer team is called Earthquake, right? and they were televising a game yesterday. And I was waiting for an earthquake to happen. Another ex-inmate. Here goes another ex-inmate that was in Epstein's jail. Says it's absolutely impossible to kill yourself. See you later, Sean. Who's leaving? Sean? All right, buddy. Much love, brother. Much love, brother. Thanks for stopping through, brother. Well, Ronaldo, that could be a good thing what they're doing, or it could end up hurting us. It could go either way. Here goes another one. Ex-inmate. Epstein's high-profile prison case says it is impossible that he could have killed himself. Former inmate said Saturday that there is no way Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. The man explained his reasoning in an essay for the New York Post on condition of anonymity. This is the same dude probably. The newspaper described him as an ex-convict who spent several months in the 9-cell special housing unit. Okay, so that's the same dude. Let's see if we can get information on 9-cell special housing unit inside FCC. 9-cell special housing unit, MCC. It's just all about him. MCC Chicago, no, former MCC. Okay. Bam. Hold up. Okay. Dude, according to this, that was solitary confinement. Oh my gosh. More bullshit. They're about to get exposed more. Dude, I'm not a robot, bro. Leave me alone. Okay. Now it don't want to let me pull it up, I guess. Are you kidding me, bro? Ridiculous, man. From the beginning of this is from 2012. No guns, just guts. As any of the untold hundreds of thousands of prisoners who have experienced solitary confinement knows, the box is dehumanizing, sadistic form of abuse, wisely and correctly recognized as torture by a growing number of countries. And that is literally about 9-cell housing unit. Okay, this was solitary confinement according to this. It will not let me see the site. This is ridiculous, man. Okay, here goes WikiLeaks. How do you look up just a specific part of the jail? WikiLeaks, Metropolitan, Federal Bureau of Prisons, Manhattan, coordinates. Look at those coordinates. You got 777 all over there. Population 774. That's it? I doubt that. Less than 1,000 inmates in there. But 774. Look at all the sevens, man. This is... The Los Angeles Times stated that the prison is often referred to as Guantanamo of New York. It's referred to as Guantanamo of New York. That means it's so high security you can't kill yourself, bro. Under what we're talking about, that literally means you cannot get yourself. You can't take yourself out in this jail, man. I'm telling you. It's too hard. It's crazy that he got out the way he did, if he did, the way we're saying. 9 South Special Housing Unit. This because it's called a special housing unit, that tells me right there, dude, this was impossible. You're not getting yourself. It's not happening. It's not happening, bro. Oh, Fox. Yeah, that dude is a clown, though, man. Oh, he got all the sources. Lottie, Betty, Becca, Ronaldo, Crazy Ginger, TJ, what's up, brother? Yeah, I've heard about that kitten toes. I've never seen that gun in jail. I've never seen a gun that could make you have a heart attack, but I've heard that they got it. I've never seen it myself, though. Fact of the matter is this dude is out there and he's fine. Probably fine right now. He's probably gonna live the rest of his life low key. And I mean, that's the sick truth behind this. Truth can be stranger than fiction. But I just it's becoming a distraction more and more, man. What are they distracting us from, dude? What are they distracting us from? You know? What are they distracting us from? That's the question, dude. Where are they turning our head from? You know, like what? Or this is just to get these no high laws in, man. Wow, I'm way behind in the chat. Jeez, what happened here? Robert, what's up? Mass globalist. Let me check you guys out. What's that, Radical? A video on what? What are you talking about, Radical? Oh, about that gun, about that heart attack gun. Oh, okay. I hear you. Oh yeah, I believe it too. I believe it. I definitely believe it. Ain't no doubt. Mr. Katie. Okay. I hear you, Lottie. Yeah, that's crazy, Radical. Huh. I doubt that's what happened to him, but that's wild, man. Yeah, don't forget about the Area 51, right, Fox? Why I keep calling you Box, dude? I keep saying Box because I'm thinking Fox and Barrett, and I'm putting the Barrett from the B in front of the Fox. F. Guys, dude, Chicago had another crazy ass weekend, bro. 43 people shot in Chicago over the weekend. 4 of them were killed. Dude, like this is like living in a third world country. This is getting crazy over there. Like Chicago's wild, but I mean, gosh darn, dude. Like they're gangbanging. They're serious out there. All through West Chicago. This is where I was. This is all where I was, dude. A 16-year-old kid shot to death, man. This is disgusting, dude. They're out there killing each other, man. And the fact of the matter is how are they getting guns? They got the strictest gun laws in the nation. How are they getting guns? Gotta ask yourself these questions sometimes, man. You just gotta wonder. The strictest gun laws in the nation. Humboldt Park. Yeah, just right where I was every day. Chicago's going down, man. Man, that's crazy, dude. 17 people last Sunday morning were shot. 17 people just Sunday morning. And now an 8-year-old girl was shot in Humboldt Park. 16-year-old boy was killed in Little Village. The problem is people are getting hit. Okay? Innocent people are getting shot from crossfiring. And that's what the problem is. And that's what these dudes need to stop doing, man. Yeah, I mean, if you want to gangbang and do, like, don't, make sure these kids ain't around, man. Oh, well, now the death toll just rise to 5 people dead over the weekend. A couple more people must have just died. Let's listen.
Weekend across the city with 37 shooting incidents this weekend. 47 people were shot and 5 people were killed. In one incident, an 8-year-old girl was grazed twice in the leg in a drive-by shooting, and this morning police are still looking for her shooter. Chicago police returned to this Humboldt Park neighborhood just one day after a gunman opened fire into a crowd at a barbecue.
I'm now getting a call of shots fired on Monticello. 15 shots from a blue newer Dodge Charger.
Monticello, I was up there. I was all through this area.
Officers were called just before 4
it is bad, man.
To the shooting scene near Monticello
it's
Avenue
crazy.
and Augusta Boulevard.
It's really bad.
Say a blue Dodge Charger was circling the block just moments.
It's like they're just letting them do it, though, man.
Shots.
If they want to stop it, they would.
This 8-year-old girl, Albert Barron, posted this Facebook picture of his daughter, Ambriana, from her hospital bed. She was treated and released from Lurie Children's Hospital last night.
Aww.
Some people who live in this Humboldt Park neighborhood want to know when will the violence end, because early Sunday morning, about a mile and a half away, police were called to a mass shooting in East Garfield Park. 6 people were wounded near Lake Street and St. Louis Avenue. The victims, a 25-year-old man and 5 women between 27 to 38 years old. Police say there was a street party with more than 100 people attending. Things got heated and someone started shooting. At least 2 people shot back. Police are still in that.
Garfield Park's a bad area out there, man. Hey, look it up, you'll see. Garfield Park's bad. But I'm supposed to be doing this documentary with this dude from Chicago. Hopefully we can get this put together one day. It's probably going to take longer than that. But try and get a little documentary. Start documenting these shootings, man. And try to get these kids to stop doing this, man. What's crazy is that there's regular people out there doing more than any politician or any city representative are. There's regular people in Chicago that are trying to get the gangs to stop beefing, but yet our system is basically feeding them and enabling them to do it. It's disgusting. Thank you, Radical. I know, Ginger, I know. Wow, that's crazy, Kitten Toes. Phew. Hey, guys. Dude, someone was just talking about 5G. Look at this. Are these 5G right here? I recorded some of these, I recorded these freaking things, right? These antenna things. And they look a little bit stronger than regular antennas. Like, I've never seen ones as strong. Let me try to find it real quick here before we hang up. Come on, there they go, right here. Check these out, bro. Okay, you see that building I'm filming? All right, these are the antennas on top of it. Now, are these strictly 5G antennas, or could those be any? Could those just be regular antennas? Or or the ones that look like that 5G? Because I've only seen the ones they make, the ones shown on the internet of 5G, and all the 5G towers look like this. What do you guys think? Think that's 5G? Huh. What do you guys think? Oh man, what is this? What did I just see that Google announced? And something just popped up with Google again. Google hackers found 10 ways to hack an iPhone without touching it. Many of the vulnerabilities relied on using iMessage to own the rest of the iPhone, Google's Project Zero said. While the iPhone is one of the most secure consumer devices on the market, it's certainly not infallible. Security researcher Ian Baird drove home just about a year ago when he found 30 different iOS vulnerabilities while working for Project Zero, Google's team of elite hackers tasked with finding vulnerabilities in competitors. Okay, so you don't even have to click and they can hack you without clicking it. That's ridiculous, man. I'm getting ready to wrap this up, guys. Set up for the night. I've been in one of the moods lately where something's wrong, but I can't figure out, but nothing's wrong. Like, wait, one of those moods where it feels like something's wrong, but nothing's wrong. Does anyone know what I mean? Oh shoot, the Norway mosque shooting. Forgot about that. That almost happened on August 11th, but it didn't. I'm happy nothing happened on August 11th, to be quite frank. I'm happy no major shit happened, man. Hopefully us talking about it did something. Made them change. So many people talking about it. Here's the mosque shooter in Norway. Some photos of this creep here. Look at that thing there. World Islamic Mission Mosque. There's a lot of gematria on this thing too. A lot of gematria. Tisha B'Av, man. Tisha B'Av. No matter what, they didn't fail to get their sacrifices in. No matter which way you look at it. So what? Nothing major happened. Good. We're happy nothing major happened. But these things are pretty major in their own way, you know? Let's start wrapping it up, guys. Smash some likes for me if you can. Thanks for stopping through, Vape. I'm getting out of here too, brother. I feel you, Angel. I hear you, Angel. I hear you. I definitely agree with you, Angel. Hopefully nothing does, though. Hopefully nothing bad does happen. I should see you guys back here tonight. See how things play out. Much love, Fox. No doubt, Angel. No doubt. We'll be back tonight. You know it. You know it. Alright, guys. Much love to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I appreciate your time. I value that. IggyMB5679. Get truth to die line. See you guys later on tonight. Much love, everyone. Be safe. Everyone stay safe.